Good morning, team. March 17th, 2022. Looking at SPY on the 20-day, what amazing run we had, basically. We could see that since the 15th, the SPY has basically been holding above that 20-day trade line. We tried to break it yesterday. It kept on basically we never got a candle open and close below that trade line. And then we basically start to rally thanks to Powell. Nice recovery yesterday. What are we watching today, right? So we got extremely overbought, not only on the 20-day, but if we jump over towards the 180-day, 180-day is very overbought. We're right there at the 180-day SMA, which has been a problem area for the stock for basically since the beginning of this year. If I zoom out, you can see January over here, January 13th, that we basically broke that trade line and we basically been trading underneath that SMA. So what we want to see is we want to see some type of strength. Right now, we are bouncing at that 432 zone. Once we break 432, which so happens to be the 180-day trade line, we could basically start dropping towards 429, which was a previous resistance level. So it should act as support. So 432 down towards 429 for a short position, in my opinion. If we jump over towards the 20-day chart, for a long position, we could take a long position a few different ways over here. Since the 20-day is crossed down, typically for direction, right? You want to wait for that 20-day to be pointing in the direction you want to profit from. So right now the 20-day is crossed down. So I will not enter any long positions until both 20-day and 180-day are both pointing in the same direction. You can kind of see the 180-day forming a hook formation pre-market over here, which could mean that it wants to cross down. RSI is more in favor for a sell side this morning on both 20-day and 180-day. Now, we could see some magic later, so let's see what happens. But overall, right now, the charts is telling me that there's going to be a pullback. But if the charts basically reverse and flip sides, then I will look for a long position anywhere above the 20-day trade line, which is going to be at 434.80. And then we could start going towards 437 and higher, right? So watch for that type of action on the SPY. Next stock I want to talk about, not too much trending today, especially after yesterday, right? Every stock is pretty much in the same predicament. If we're looking at Tesla on the 20-day over here, Tesla needs to break at least 843. Seems to have some trouble over here. So we want to see a break and hold above 843, and then we can start basically pushing up towards those 850 levels over here. On the downside, Tesla is holding up on the 20-day SMA. MACD is crossed down. RSI has more room for downside. So watch for the break below 826 to be safe, because that SMA can act as support. You can already see this green candle bounce off of it. So 826 down towards that 819, 820 level for the short side. Next stock we're going to talk about is QQQ. Kind of looking like SPY over here. You can see very overbought, right? You can see it's overbought, 20 days cross down. Needs to get above 342.13 before we could go to 345. If not, watch for the drop between 338 down towards 336. And then we could start getting down to 330 if we get very bearish. Not only RSI is overbought on the 20-day, but overbought on the 180-day, rejecting the SMA as well. So we're very much in a decision zone in the overall market today, even after that beautiful rally. Looking at NVIDIA on the 180-day, NVIDIA is finding resistance at 247 over here, which has been a resistance multiple times in the past. So we need to watch for a break above 247.68 before we can start basically pushing up towards 254. RSI extremely overbought, especially after the few days rally. Yesterday was not the only day that the market rallied, right? It's the day that we probably noticed it the most, because it went from a $10 drop to a $10 swing back up. But the market has basically been rallying since the 14th or 15th. So it's only natural the market wants to take a break. So let's see what happens. Watch NVIDIA to see if we break below the SMA, below the trade line around 237. Then we could start going down towards 230 over here. Last but not least, throwing in Wells Fargo over here. Wells Fargo has been on a nice upward trend. You can see it's holding that trade line on the upward trend. It is overbought like everything else, so definitely want to be cautious. Watch for the break below $50.90, and then we can start going down towards $50 flat. For the upside, definitely want to probably jump over towards a smaller chart, the 1 hour. You can see Wells Fargo is crossed down over here, so we want to follow the charts. But if everything flips, We want to watch for a break above 51.60, and then we can start going towards 52.30, maybe even 52.75. Contracts are super cheap, so you guys should have some fun with that one. Overall, definitely want to be cautious. Today is not a gunslinger kind of morning, especially with the market showing us. We have the 20-day cross down, we have the 180-day cross up, we have the 1 year crossed up as well. If we jump over towards the 1 year, right? So another thing that happened, we are above the 1 year trade line, which is around like 426, 425 over here. So we're above that 1 year trade line. So we want to see, is this a pullback? And overall, we're going to basically bounce off these support and resistance levels and go back up. Or are we so overbought that the RSI wants to retest those 30 zones over here? So that's going to be the key question. Definitely want to be cautious today. Be patient. Tomorrow is quadruple witching. Make sure you Google that if you don't know what it is. It's a very volatile day tomorrow. So hopefully you guys all have a green day. I'll see you guys later. If you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like below, leave a comment, and say that you learned something later.